Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to, well, something we don't usually do on this channel. We're gonna do a live reaction or watch party, whatever you wanna call it, for the Path of Exile 0.5 reveal. You guys don't like reaction content. I don't like reaction content, but it sells well on YouTube, so we're gonna do it. And obviously, I'm not alone. Hello there, Fox.
Hello there, good evening.
And since we were waiting for the Path of Exile stream to happen, I made waffles. So I made some waffles.
And I didn't get any waffles.
Yeah, well, because you're not here. So
that can be fixed.
I know that can be fixed, but it still will take you a while to get here.
But the trouble is I've missed the reveal, so
yeah, so the reveal is kind of important. You guys can see on the very left of your screen my predictions for this. I think the Infinite Atlas will still exist. We're gonna get a search feature, however, because it's gonna get giant, especially if you spend a lot of time in it. But we're gonna get a seer that we can pay or free directions. For example, I want a citadel of stone, for example, and then it shows you the way where to get. The Atlas tree is gone. We're gonna get a completely new iteration, and it will look like the Path of Exile 1 Atlas tree because, well, it works. The Path of Exile 1 Atlas tree is, strictly speaking, amazing. However, because the Infinite Atlas will still exist, I think we're gonna get Delph. And Delph will be underneath the Infinite Atlas. So when you unlock a map point on the Atlas, you get a Delph point as well. And the Delph will be along the Infinite Atlas. We're gonna get Schwartz. We're gonna get Schwartz and a spinny dude with AIDS. So we're gonna get poison builds most likely. So chaos. Lightning will be nerfed. So lightning arrow dead by... No, never gonna happen. I think the acts and interludes gonna be interesting. I think Act 5 is gonna be announced, and the interludes are gonna be removed. And supporter bucks, it's been a while since I had the enjoyment of a new supporter pack. I think the last two Path of Exile 2 and the last two Path of Exile 1 were not up to snuff for my taste. I want to have a good white or silver because it's me. I mean, you can see that I maybe like silver and metallic. So we're going to get a nice white silver supporter pack. Fox, your predictions.
Well, if you'd like to write them under yours, I just
Sure.
say guns.
The Fox prediction.
Guns.
Predictions.
I'd like a new fox.
What?
I'd like a new fox pet.
You like a new fox pet, okay? So...
Yes, but basically guns. I think there's going to be like you know what guns?
The flintlocks.
Like
so basically
guns.
she wants something piratey, like a flintlock style.
Yes.
So pirate themed. I can't write today. Okay. And you want to have a fox pet.
Yeah, because the fox pets that there are currently, I don't...
There's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of them. And obviously, for entertainment purposes, we have the chat here on the left as well. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. In about 1 minute 30, audio level seems to be good enough. I hope we're not gonna get copyrighted with the Final Fantasy stuff. We got copyrighted, even though it's PR material, which is literally there to be consumed by the media. This is also PR material. GGG, please be nice. Let us have our transformative content of your reveal stream. And we need to bridge 1 minute. Fox, give us a tongue twister.
Tongue twister? Oh, hang on.
A tongue twister.
Oh my gosh, I thought of one the other day, but it's good.
Putting it on the spot.
That was not fair. That was unfair.
Well, I can do the classic. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck could chuck no amount of wood since a woodchuck can chuck wood. But if a woodchuck could chuck and woodchuck some amount of wood, what amount of wood would a woodchuck chuck? Almost.
I can do she sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are from the seashore. If
No.
the shells that she shells... Oh, no.
No.
I don't do your version.
My version, well, it's Ren's version of Money Game Part 2.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If the peck of pickled peppers that Pete... Oh my god, I made a mess. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Let's go.
Game director on Path of Exile 2, and welcome to GGG Live. We have a huge amount of stuff to share today, so it's going to be a good one. Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream, so you'll be able to claim the Red Queen's font hideout decoration by following the instructions below. Okay, so with that out of the way, time to roll the trailer for Path of Exile 2, Return of the Ancients.
Okay.
Those in darkness.
It looks like Breach. Or Beyond.
Now return.
This part we've seen in the announcement trailer, in the announcement for the announcement. So it could be Breach or Delve. Breach or Beyond.
Behold, the first edict.
That's new. Okay. So the Infinite Atlas still exists. Okay, we're getting a new Arbiter. Right of the Nameless, so we get some Seer stuff. Ritual reworked. Okay. So we get some Seer stuff.
Oh, that boss looks good.
Whoa. Okay. Oh my god, the Genesis tree is reworked. We get Breach and Ritual.
We become one.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Okay. Delirium also reworked. Okay.
Oh.
Runes of Alder. We're getting. Is that Expedition? Or is it Settlers of Kalgur? Is it Expedition or Kalgur?
Expedition rework.
It's Expedition. Holy shit, they're dropping a lot today. Okay, that's the new biome. Holy shit, we're getting...
Hunt like it's your last.
Continue the search. See what you can find.
Atlas classes? Well, that was about...
This is
Okay.
50 new bosses.
Oh my god. This is a lot. You're gonna die to that.
Passive?
There
Yeah,
we
sure,
go.
I'm not
We
even
have a
gonna
new
get that
Atlas
far.
passive tree. There we go. That is in...
Spirit Walker, that was Druid, isn't it?
That is in... That is Druid, yes. Druid will have a new ascendancy. Monk gets a new ascendancy, okay. Ooh, this doesn't look too bad.
14 new unit. Well, that's
That's, well, uniques. So Atlas tree's gone. We get a completely new Atlas tree.
and much more. But what much more?
Is to face oblivion.
We haven't gotten a new mechanic yet. We have no new mechanic yet. Yes, we're 4 mechanics reworked, which is a lot, admit. But
So as you can see, there's just so much going on in Return of the Ancients, it's hard for even us to keep track of it all. Now, we promised that this one was going to revamp the endgame, and I'm very excited to talk about it. But first, we've got to talk
dude,
about the
it's
league.
so much.
So to do that, I'm going to hand things over to Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. Now, for those of you who are new to Path of Exile, each time we release an update, we also release a new league. Not only do we have a new economy, but we also introduce new content through the campaign, which gives you a fresh play experience right from the start of the game, as well as new mechanics, storylines, and in-game bosses. In the Runes of Eldur League, you will encounter a man being attacked by the undead in Clearfell.
So it's expedition focused.
After saving him, he introduces himself as Pharaoh, a young blacksmith trying to bring back the ancient art of Ezomite runesmithing. He has been collating his discoveries in a tome and is keen to show you how runesmithing
We don't get
works.
swords?
By
What?
inscribing symbols on these ancient Ezomite remnants, you can create all manner of old magics. Unfortunately, on doing so, the corpses of the nearby undead are revived and infused with some of the latent power, making for a difficult fight.
Okay. Minion's gonna struggle
After
against that
defeating
for a
these
little bit, I
monsters,
think.
Pharaoh realizes that runesmithing is a dangerous business, and he is going to need the help of someone a little more martially inclined to discover these secrets. He lends you his tome and asks that you note down anything you discover when you return to him. In each area in the Runes of Eldur League, you will find a remnant, and as you approach it, you will notice that some symbols are already present, and some are waiting for you to fill them in.
Okay.
Depending on which symbols are already present, you will have different options for which items you can create using this magic.
So you create a rune
For
word.
example, if you combine Tempest and Lightning, you can create an Orb of Augmentation.
So we're getting rune words, basically.
People are upset about the swords.
Yeah, wear swords. It's gonna drop. You can't not drop swords. It's gonna drop.
But be careful. The symbols used to craft the items also empower the monsters around the remnant, who will be revived as undead to fight again with different properties depending on what runes you used.
Yeah, well, that's to be expected.
So, if you use a fire rune in your recipe, the monsters will be empowered with fire. Or if you use a moon rune, lunar beams will rain down as you fight the monsters.
Oh, please remove the temporal bubble. Please remove that shit. Verisium. So that we are seeing
After the
Verisium.
fight, break the remnant to receive the item you crafted.
We're getting Verisium.
As you get higher level, you will start to find remnants with more slots for more runes, allowing you to craft rarer items.
Yeah, okay,
As the
we're getting
number of
rune
slots
words.
increases though, more waves of monsters will be added, with each wave being empowered by more and more of the runes.
Big hammer.
I tried that build.
And this can
It didn't
be
feel
pretty
great.
dicey, because some of the runes can have powerful effects.
We don't see him instantly explode from full life to zero life, so this is not a representation of Path of Exile 2.
Like the Oath rune, which will cause one monster to be nominated as a leader, spawning waves of minions. The leader itself will be invincible, but killing its minions will deal damage to it.
Okay, so the Harbinger mechanic. So that is exactly Harbinger.
Some
I
recipes
swear,
can
if
get
they
pretty
drop a
large,
divine and there's no
requiring
ting,
6,
I'm gonna be mad.
7,
Same.
or even 8 runes.
Oh my god. Okay.
But don't worry, you won't have to remember them. Pharaoh's runecrafting book will record all the options, allowing you to simply pick which one you want to craft, given the existing runes that are already on the remnant.
Yeah, it would have been pretty mad if we need to,
expand your
like,
knowledge and
remember
to
the
allow you
rune
to craft
words.
more items, Pharaoh has asked that you keep an eye out for signs of runic magic around Rayclast. He wants to document anything you find in order to rediscover the secrets of Ezemite runesmiths of old.
Oh,
first of
what
these
kind
can
of
be
weapon
found
did
in
he have?
Odin.
Did he actually have a gun?
And reveals to you an ancient
Did you see
secret
that?
buried
I
deep
didn't
underground.
see that. I was reading the chat.
The runic magic which the Ezemites believe to be their own is actually of Kalguran origin.
So it's an expedition focused?
Thousands of years ago, the Kalgurans came to Rayclass to find sources of verisium, a metal on which engraved runes allow control over reality.
I think it's completely a new thing.
Pharaoh is determined to learn these ancient ways.
Oh, it's not a
gain
gun.
mastery over them. If you can bring him more verisium,
It's a tuning
you'll be able
fork.
to use it to smith power into any armor, granting you runic ward, the power harnessed by the Kalgurans since ancient times.
Okay, what does it do?
Runic ward is a new resource that protects you from death. Should you run out of life, your runic ward will kick in, sustaining your body until your life can return.
Oh.
It effectively acts as an extra life pool.
Oh.
Of course, should you take enough damage to run out of
Yeah,
that,
obviously.
you will still die.
Obviously.
Every single piece of armor in the game can be upgraded this way.
Oh, that
even
sounds like
uniques.
something for me.
Some are just a strict upgrade, giving runic ward with no downside. Others are more extreme, sacrificing defenses to get a much larger amount of runic ward.
I don't know.
There are even some that add new modifiers to uniques entirely, making them much more viable for higher level play.
Okay, that's more like it because
But the Kalgurans use
You
runic ward for more than just a defense.
you kind of want to
also be
explode
used
the
to power
screen
many
before
other
you die,
magics.
right? So
Instead of using gems created from corruption, the Kalgurans used runes of power and fueled them with runic ward. Many of the options available from remnant crafting are new types of Kalguran skills that exclusively spend runic ward to wreak havoc. An example is Triskelion
Oh.
Cascade. Using it will cause your next spell to be triggered multiple times in a Triskelion pattern. You can use it with skills like Ice Nova that you cast from yourself,
okay. Okay.
or with something you target at a distance, like Comet. There are also skills to modify existing effects
Frost
using
Flame
runic magic,
Nova.
like Frost Flame Nova. Using this skill on a pack of burning enemies will transform the Ignite into Frostfire, both burning them and building up freeze at the same time.
Ooh. Okay.
You have basic buffs like Hollow Shell that guards all nearby allies,
I can't see the player.
to more complicated mechanics like the Mark of Repulsion that creates a mark capable of pushing away all nearby enemies. Instead of spending mana, like skill gems do, all these skills cost runic ward, and unlike gems, they don't have a color. This means that they don't care about attribute requirements, or what kind of weapon you use.
Ooh, that might be
These skills are
interesting.
designed to be used on any class, and so often interact with mechanics that apply across many characters.
That might
By
be
combining different
interesting.
runes together, the Kalgurans were able to support their runic abilities, and you can as well. There is also a set of runic supports that can be combined with regular skill gems in interesting ways. Concussive Runes allows you to add these concussive shockwaves to any skill that stuns. While Runic Infusion lets you spend ward to directly empower the damage on any skill. Now, there are other quests during the campaign too, that unlock even more interesting crafting methods. Buried deep in the jungle in Act 3, you can find the Mystic Refuge,
Okay, so that is the
containing even more secrets
guaranteed
for Pharaoh to learn
dungeon.
from.
So basically, the campaign
Using this
gives you a
knowledge, he
guaranteed
gains the
dungeon.
ability to reforge unique weapons. With this technique, many low-level unique weapons can be upgraded to do significantly more damage.
Ooh,
Now,
that's
we've been
big.
able to take a bunch of uniques that had interesting modifiers, but were not
Ooh.
in-game viable, and give them a bit of a boost to get there.
That
It's
is
not just low-level
huge.
uniques. All Kalguran uniques are able to be runeforged this way too, and they can do some pretty interesting things.
Ooh.
Like Searle's Grit, a new unique, which when runeforged can get one of several different outcomes. Now, there is still so much more that
Upgrading
you can craft with
uniques.
remnants.
Huge.
There are also 100 new runes, as well as many other new crafting currencies. This is the runes of Eldur after all, and some of these runes have quite powerful effects.
Wow.
For example, this elemental conversion rune will convert all the existing mods on a non-unique weapon from one element to another.
Oh my god,
Using
okay.
it, you could combine a weapon with all 3 elemental damage mods into a single element, making a weapon with massive amounts of cold damage. There is also a rune that lets you destroy your rune sockets to turn them into a dual socket on your item. And there
Damn.
are even crafting meta runes that can unlock new types of mods when used with regular crafting. For example, this Rune of Chronomancy will unlock a set of time-related mods to be crafted on your boots.
Rune of Exile.
Once placed inside, use regular crafting orbs to attempt to get new mods like cooldown speed or increased skill effectuation.
Oh my god. Okay.
You can also create a new type of currency called alloys. Using regular metals alloyed with verisium, new modifiers not normally available can be directly crafted onto your items.
That's where the Verisian comes in.
Shit.
Using imbued alloy could improve your ailment damage, for example. There are honestly so many options here that unlock all sorts of crazy crafting
Damn,
projects.
this is huge.
So I think people will be experimenting with these for a long time. Once you get to
He
King's
said
March in
long
Act 4,
time, so that means this is
Pharaoh
definitely
finally
going
meets
core.
Danig, a real Kalguran runesmith.
This is definitely
And
going
riddled with
core.
excitement, he wants to learn how to merge modern Kalguran techniques with the ancient knowledge that he has found.
Onwards and upwards.
From here
I would say.
on, Pharaoh joins in the Kalguran expeditions that Danig has been leading. With the ancient knowledge that Pharaoh brings to the table, the Kalguran expeditions that Danig has been going on will change significantly. For those of you who haven't played it, the Expedition League mechanic involves carefully placing explosives,
Yes.
uncovering the buried dead,
Or one
and
big
recovering
boom.
verisium from them.
Which most
By
people do.
choosing where to place the explosives, you can choose which kind of challenges you'd
Oh,
like to
he
face,
explodes the
or
rune.
rewards you would like to claim. But unlike before, expeditions now contain the remnants from runes of Eldur, allowing you to do some specific crafts along
So
the
it
way
is a
using the new
expedition
League crafting
focused
mechanic.
league. Okay.
One very important difference from the simple remnant encounters, though, is that the empowerments that the remnants grant apply to every monster down the explosive line for the rest of the encounter, stacking together. This can lead to some pretty extreme situations. If you stack too many remnants,
Yeah.
you might be in for a fight beyond your abilities.
Yeah.
But the rewards can be very worth it.
Imagine with the big
Each
boom.
mod on the monster is improving the items that they can drop.
Okay.
Once you get to the endgame, you will find that the Atlas has changed substantially.
It's like PoE
To
1.
the south, you will now find the coastline of Rayclast, with the ocean beyond. King's March has not fared well after the Cataclysm,
Ooh.
and lays in ruins. Rog's
Whoa.
shop has been destroyed.
So we're getting
but he
Kalgur,
is
we're
much
getting
more
King's
concerned about
March.
his wife, Gwennon. He would like to launch an expedition deep into the ocean to find her. And this begins a new major mechanic for expedition, exploring the ocean. Previously, a logbook was a single encounter. Now, using a logbook, you can send ships to explore an area of the ocean to the southeast, uncovering a range of islands to begin your search for Gwennon. You can hop from island to island, doing many new encounters. There are islands with expeditions, grand expeditions, new bosses,
Okay.
and all sorts of other unique things to find. Eventually, you will find the island that Gwennon has been holed up on. It turns out that she has found the tomb of an ancient Kalguran, Medved.
Mid
While she
vid.
appreciates
Pretty
you
mid.
coming to her rescue, she is still keen to blow open the doors of the vault and take whatever you can find inside.
Oh, fall
Okay.
damage.
Apparently not.
It's just a shame that Medved isn't as dead as you previously assumed.
Hi.
He's dual wielding axes.
Now, after you have defeated Medved, you will find another logbook. and this time you can use it to choose which direction you want to explore. The ocean is vast and contains a huge number of new islands to find. With each logbook,
Infinite Atlas got more infinite.
and you can go as deep as you like.
Oh my god.
There are all sorts of interesting objects to uncover and dungeons to explore.
So we got infinite
Many
squared
of the islands
Atlas.
have expeditions with totally new mechanics. So for example, here is a volcanic island with voltaxic sulfite. Blowing up the sulfite will unleash extra waves of enemies.
We're stealth. It's sulfide.
But there is also this wall with a suspicious light coming from behind it. On blowing it open, a giant ogre comes out, and he is determined to eat as much sulfite as possible.
It's me coming out from the gym.
The more sulfite mounds
That's
that
you
you've
after the
blown up,
waffles.
the more empowered and the more rewarding he will become. These islands contain all sorts of little secrets that you can find and blow up. Free trapped wisps, blow open root doors, even raise ancient precursor technology.
Okay.
And of course, more bosses. There are more
That
and
is
further vaults
a
to blow
Temple
up,
of
and one of
Otiri?
them in particular is pretty important. The Tomb of Uhtred, the Star Drinker.
4 arms again, okay.
That's not fair. He's got like
Uhtred
2
was
times as many
responsible
things
for
to
calling
throw
down
at
the
you.
meteors of Verisium, which the Kalgurans used to power their ancient magic. And upon defeating him, he calls down a truly gigantic one into the ocean nearby.
Okay.
On visiting it, you find that it is shrouded by a strange energy emanating from the Verisium core of the meteor within.
Someone ate
There
some
is something
beans.
growing in there. It can't be anything good. In order to gain entry, Danik suggests that the Triskelion Flame, an ancient Kalguran artifact that can absorb and cancel the effects of Verisium magic, could be used to enter.
Someone said
But to find
Godzilla.
it, you will
It's
need to locate
Godzilla.
the Tomb of Olroth.
It's
leader of the
Exilezilla.
Knights of the Sun.
Path of Exile.
Defeat him
Path of
and gain
Exila.
access to whatever eldritch nightmare is growing inside.
That's a huge patch
Someone-
though.
We're not going to spoil the
Someone
boss,
else was like,
but one thing
"Why
you
are
should
they
know
saying
is that the
everything?"
Verisium that makes up the
I
core of the
think this is
meteor
not
of a
everything.
quality that has not been available for millennia.
It looks cool though.
Bringing this to Pharaoh and Danig should allow them to forge some objects of power, the creation of which has been lost to time. So that's the League, and there is a lot going on. To sum all that
No
up,
weapon.
there is a new encounter with over 30 new monster types
Yes.
No
and over 30
weapon.
new rune modifiers to enhance them. You can create more than 100 new
Delph
runes
is
to
a
craft your
no.
gear, as well as dozens of other new currency items.
Lightning is definitely not nerfed.
And there are new quests added to the campaign to unlock even more new crafting options.
Campaign doesn't
Rune
change.
forging armors, upgrading uniques,
Crossbow.
dozens of new Kalguran skills and supports, tons of new islands to discover by exploring the ocean.
I think Flintlocks is
5
dead
new
as well.
bosses, including a new pinnacle boss.
You were not wrong with the pirate
And a
theme
bunch of
though,
new
because
uniques to
we're on
top
a
it off.
ship. Ah, well, pirates not really, so it's
But
dead.
There is still a ton more to come.
Close.
It's time to talk about the massive changes to the in-game. But for
Okay.
that, I'll hand it back to Jonathan.
Now, as Mark hinted at before, the in-game atlas is very different now, and the ocean to the south is the least of the changes. The entire area around your starting location is now teeming with new questlines and things to discover. Will you investigate the strange forest to the west? The cracks in the earth to the east? Or perhaps visit the ruins of a Val city in the north? The atlas now has fixed points of interest at specific locations, giving you specific objectives that are easy to find. Like before though, no matter which objective you choose, going to towers to see what's out there is always a good idea.
Okay. So
The
what
first
do
time
they
you do that,
change?
though, something new happens. The earth shakes, and a gigantic fortress rises from the earth.
Okay.
A
So the
remnant of
towers
ancient
trigger the
precursor
fortress.
civilization. The cataclysm of the beast has caused an ancient protocol to be invoked. Should corruption ever take hold to this degree, the world must be scoured and purged of corruption.
I want to join their
Make
side.
into the fortress and activate the gates. Gain the keys to reach these ancient precursor weapons.
You would.
Yeah. Why do
And
I have to
disarm.
fight them? I want to join their side.
But this will be no easy task. The fortress has many areas to explore and many new things to find. You will power up ancient machines. Fight new and deadly foes.
It's a huge patch, though. Let's just say that's a
Discover
huge
many
patch.
new areas. And uncover some dark secrets. Now, the Fortress is the first of the new full in-game storylines that we're adding in 050, and there's a lot going on with it. But not only that, it has some pretty cool new mechanics as well. The areas inside the Fortress are special. Many of them have new mechanics or rewards that they grant. Like this map, where all the rares are contained in essence crystals.
Val orbing every single one
Or
of
this
them.
one, which replaces all monster packs in the area with strongboxes.
Oh my god, okay.
Or this one, which spawns in as Mary Spirit that always moves on from a rare after you kill it, allowing you to chase it through the entire map.
That's gonna suck. I hate how slow these things are.
Now, just like the normal areas of the Atlas, you'll need to fight the map boss of each area to complete the map. But unlike a normal map, the ones in the fortress each contain precursor nodes after the boss, and activating these nodes will give you points for the new and improved Atlas passive tree.
Ooh, okay. So you're forced to do
Now, we
it.
had an Atlas passive tree before, but it was one of the areas of the endgame that just wasn't up to scratch. The Atlas tree now works quite a lot differently. We have significantly upgraded the kind of mechanics that you can find on the Atlas tree. Like
So it
this
is
one,
very
that
much
gives a
like
chance to make
Path
rogue
of
exiles
Exile
you fight
1.
retreat from combat and move to an adjacent map.
Okay.
Before you fight them again, they'll upgrade their gear and come back with a grudge this time.
Right.
So
There
it's
are
just
also
like
a lot
you
of
and me.
nodes that combine mechanics
You always
together
fight
in
me
new
with a
ways,
grudge.
Like this one, which lets
Yes.
Esmeri spirits possess strongboxes. All the regular monsters that come out of them are touched by the spirit, and the rares are all possessed, giving you some incredible loot potential.
I swear, if you show a divine without a ting, I'm gonna ting myself. I see an exalted. That's not a ting.
You get points from every single area
Not
you
this
complete
one.
in the fortress, and unlike before, that means you can allocate the entire Atlas tree. Yes, this whole tree can be yours.
The
This change is
entire
pretty
Atlas
important,
tree.
since it allows us to be able to create many types of bonuses that we wouldn't have been able to create before. Like this one, which gives a chance for cities to be invaded by another faction, and can even allow it to contain 2 faction leaders.
Oh
allowing
my
you to get
god.
2 crisis fragments.
We're getting the
If we'd done
entire
this kind of thing on
tree.
the old tree, we would have wanted to spec into it before running a city map, then unspec out of it before running anything else. With full allocation, we can have cool bonuses like these. Now, obviously, we still want to make sure that you have choices that define your in-game Atlas build. So many nodes in the Atlas tree are now multi-choice. Everyone will get the node, but which bonus you choose to use is up to you.
Ooh, okay.
Do you want your
I'm
trophy
okay with
boss
that.
maps to contain more essences?
I'm okay.
summoning
I'm okay with
circles,
that.
Or rogue exiles. But there's also nodes that contain more unusual things. So, for example, on this node you can choose. Do you want to give a chance for shrines to instead be given to the map boss in the area, making them more challenging but dropping special loot? Would you rather give a chance to be given a shrine buff before entering boss arenas, making for an easier fight?
Ooh, okay. And I suspect we can freely switch between them.
Now, I could probably nerd out about cool stuff in the tree all day, but we should probably get back to the fortress. Now, one of the really important things we wanted to do was make it
It's
so that all of
Sauron.
the boss fights in the endgame are now accessible with a quest line. That means that
It's
to fight the
Mordor.
Arbiter of
It's the
Ash for
left
first time,
testicle of
you don't
Sauron.
need to get lucky by finding keys. They will be in fixed
It's
locations,
Mordor.
and there's a quest to get them.
Oh my
But the
god,
Arbiter of Ash
okay.
is no longer the pinnacle of Path of Exile 2.
Well, that's gonna
But that
take a
means you travel into the
long
very
time to
center of the
do.
fortress.
We have to find keys.
incredible
That's
challenge
gonna
awaits you
take
should
so
you choose to go
long.
there. After the storyline, you still unlock keys for pinnacle bosses in the usual way, exploring the world and finding the keys required to get to them. But we have added a lot more interesting things to find out there as well. There are now all sorts of mechanics that can spawn on maps in the wilderness. For example, some maps might spawn as a rogue exile hunting ground, containing multiple rogue exiles who are there to hunt rare beasts. You might come upon them in the middle of a fight and be able to take out both of them.
Or they
a map
run
of
away and
champions
then
that
they
makes
fuck
all the
you over
natural
with New
inhabitants
Year.
of the area into magic monsters. Or this one that causes all shrines in the area to release as merry spirits when used. Once you have explored and found your keys, you can return to fight the Pinnacle in the fortress again. But this version of him will be harder, and not only that, he will have new unique rewards as well. Each time you fight him, you get the ability to activate one section of the fortress, and any maps that you didn't finish there will be automatically completed, giving you all the Atlas points. So if you're the type of player who doesn't want to explore the fortress, and instead just race out into the infinite Atlas, you still have a way to get all those points.
That's
So
me.
that's the Origins of Divinity storyline.
That's me.
It's a huge
I'm
amount
rushing.
of new content with a ton of new areas, 5 new bosses, including a pinnacle, with a bunch of new unique items. But not only that, it also completely revamps the Atlas tree and includes a ton of new map mechanics that you can find both inside and outside the fortress.
No
But
swords.
this is just one of the new storylines. So let's talk about the next one now, Masters of the Atlas. Now earlier we talked about how the multi-choice nodes in the tree allow you to still have an in-game Atlas build, but we didn't think that was quite enough. You have an Ascendancy class for your passive tree. Why not an Ascendancy class for your Atlas tree? Well, that's where the Masters of the Atlas come in. Throughout Rayclast are many opportunities for those with the skills to find them. Atlas Masters are willing to train you in these skills if you're able to help them in return. One such master is Jado, a member of the Order of the Jinn, an organization that secures powerful artifacts to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Jado will send you on missions to investigate strange occurrences on the Atlas and recover the artifacts causing them. And for each one
After
you
200
recover,
hours,
you'll
you
gain
have
more trust,
finished the
teach you
tutorial.
more ways of the Order of the Jinn.
So
At level
much
1, you
stuff.
could choose to massively increase the chance for rare and unique chests. Or make it so that all map bosses drop an additional unique item.
Oh my god.
Or make corrupted waystones have an additional modifier. But at the cost of making them send you to a totally unknown location.
Bunga bunga!
Each mission you complete for Jado will unlock another row of abilities and give you another point to allocate, letting you choose how you want to specialize. But there are other masters too. For example, Hilda. Hilda is a member of a guild of monster hunters. She will send you on missions to assassinate specific deadly creatures around Rayclast and harvest their parts.
So she's
In exchange, she will
Einar's
teach you her
twin
monster hunting
sister?
skills, like this one, which adds a 25% chance to upgrade any map boss to a powerful version. Or this one, which makes his Marian spirits no longer possess rare monsters, making them go for the unique bosses in the area instead.
Oh my god.
You might notice that many of the effects on these are both upsides and downsides. So Hilda, for example, can make it so that you only get one attempt when fighting pinnacle bosses. But in exchange for that, they always drop 2 uniques. Because of that, we wanted it to be easy to swap between them depending on what you're doing.
Okay.
As you unlock each master, they will appear on the side of the screen. Simply click whichever one you want to use to run the map, and all the bonuses you have selected for that master will be activated. This allows you to have a few different strategies that you can quickly pick between, depending on what you're running at the moment. Now, one thing that's been pretty obvious is that the in-game leagues we created when launching Early Access in 010 were not really up to the standard of the leagues we did since then. Fate of the Vaal and Rise of the Abyssal just have a lot more going on than Delirium or Expedition, for example. We wanted to do a serious upgrade to all these
Abyss was
mechanics before we
amazing,
do a
though.
1.0 release, and so that's what we've done. All 4 of the leagues we launched in Early Access have been upgraded with not only new quest lines, but new mechanics,
Yeah,
new
that's pretty
crafting systems,
sick.
new uniques, and new pinnacle bosses. One of the really important changes we made to all the leagues is that you can now find them on the Atlas in specific locations, and each one has a quest line that will lead you there to being able to complete the league, along with its Atlas tree and its pinnacle boss. This is true even for the leagues that we didn't do major redesigns to. So let's use Abyss as an example. When you
I
first
like
encounter
Abyss.
one in the endgame, you'll get a quest that leads
It's
you to
green,
the
but
east,
I like
where
it.
you will find these mega abyss cracks in the earth leading away from the Well of
Yeah,
Souls.
it could have been different colour.
All the maps along
Could
the
have been,
cracks
I don't
will contain
know,
abysses
grey.
with special properties, and mapping along these cracks will close the Atlas scale abysses, giving you points for the Abyss Atlas tree.
Oh, that's cool.
At the end of each Atlas abyss, you'll find an Abyssal Depths with the boss
Ooh.
fight for one of the Abyssal factions, giving you a guaranteed way to fight them. And after completing all
Oh,
3, you'll get a key for the
finally.
Well of Souls,
A
allowing you to fight the
guaranteed
Vessel of
way to
Gorgon.
fight the bosses.
This kind of thing makes an
Finally.
in-game league so much more friendly for new players,
Yes.
giving people obvious goals and a guided experience to complete them. Alright, so let's talk about the first of the upgraded leagues, Delirium, and its new storyline, The Hare and the Raven.
Oh my god, how long is
As
this
you may
going to
remember,
go?
During Act
Well,
4,
they
you were
told
tricked
us
into
24
releasing an
hours.
ancient entity from a Karui prison known as Tangmazu, the Raven Trickster. Tangmazu delights in breaking the minds of those who step through his mirrors, and when touching one, he will attempt to destroy your mind with twisted abominations generated from your worst fears.
Your worst
In Return of
fears,
the
so
Ancients, the
torches
first time
and
you approach
lamps.
one of his delirium encounters in the endgame, you will find Elder Maddox locked in a trance.
And spiral
His mind is
staircases.
full of
Spiral
Tangmazu's
staircases.
delusions, and you will need to free him. Once free, Elder Maddox demands
I
that as
might
you cause
actually
this
like
problem, you should
Delirium
put it
now.
right. He asks you to travel west to the Withered Willow, the location he believes that Tangmazu first gained his powers. But be careful. As you travel there, the Raven Trickster will attempt to break your mind. Each map around the Withered Willow features Delirium encounters. Now this is more than a simple quest upgrade. The mechanic of Delirium has been overhauled and expanded. At the bottom of the screen, there is now a bar that indicates how deep into Delirium you are. You can see which direction leads deeper by looking at the fog, and the deeper you go, the more challenges you will face.
Okay.
By looking at the bar, you can see how long you have until the Delirium ends. And you can also see special encounters that you will face if you're able to go deep enough into the fog. At the end of the bar is always the boss of the map, but we now have a variety of other encounters that you might find as you explore the horrors of your own mind. For example, you might encounter a purple mirror shard that when shattered will cause all the enemies to become more nightmarish. After hitting this, you'll notice the Delirium demons are enhanced, significantly more powerful, larger, and scarier in general, along with more rewards. Or should you encounter a red mirror shard, you'll be sent into the depths of your mind.
Well, people are still gonna play like screen
You must
clearing
escape it while
builds.
fighting off hordes of your worst fears.
So I wonder how they're gonna like
If you are able to do so,
manage
you'll get
this.
a powerful amulet with 2 instilled notables on it.
Ooh.
Once you
Big
reach the Withered
RNG.
Willow, Elder Maddox discovers that a shard of the mirror is missing.
No weapons at
You will
all
need to
so
track
No
far.
weapons so
and
far.
restore it if you have a hope of discovering
They
how
can
think they're gonna
still
save
drop
that.
it. They
means
can
entering
still
the Raven
drop it.
Trickster's mirrors in an attempt to locate him. Each area around the Withered Willow contains Delirium encounters, so that's a good place to start. As you do Deliriums, some of the special encounters will drop liquid emotions. Normally these
Well,
emotions
these are for
can be
the
used to
annoyance.
install amulets to add notable passive buffs to them.
Mm-hmm.
But in Return of the Ancients, emotions have a new function as well.
Okay.
Each one now has the ability to add crafted mods to jewels, allowing you to add specific
Ooh.
mods to an item slot that can be quite difficult to roll.
Ooh.
Knowing our
Liquid
roll
Despair
luck.
will allow you to add critical hit
Ooh.
chance, while Liquid Suffering will allow you to add movement speed or Air of Effect to your jewels. There are many more.
Ooh.
Once you've done enough Delirium
This is
encounters, the location of a
huge.
grand mirror, an entrance into Tangmazu's realm is revealed. But it won't be that simple to enter.
This is
Using his
huge.
powers, he reflects the map boss for a ridiculous empowered fight, then destroys the entrance into his realm
okay.
of madness.
So you fight the boss mirrored, basically.
In order to find him now,
Oh.
you'll need to let the insanity fully into
Yeah,
your mind.
like
A strange fruit is left behind,
single
which you
target
can
builds are
consume
just not
to
gonna
fully
be
embrace
good.
The madness in an attempt to reach the
Y-
Raven Trickster's
you
realm.
need multi-target builds,
Consuming the
chain
fruit will
or
cover
screen
an entire
clear.
area of the Atlas and fog, and every map you do in the fog will get
Righteous
progressively
fire.
harder and harder as you explore the deeper reaches of
It's
your mind.
never gonna happen.
At some point,
Sharpness.
you enter a new layer. A simulacrum of your memories, twisted and perverted by the Raven Trickster.
He said perverted.
Should you be able to complete the simulacrum, Tangmazu will believe that you are worthy of a true challenge, and will let you take the remaining shard of his mirror,
Unique drop, but the
allowing you to
filter
enter
said
his realm
no.
of madness back at the Withered Willow. If you dare to face him, it will be a fearsome
Oh
challenge.
my god.
Oh cool, we're Dark Souls now.
So, that's the new storyline of Delirium. As you can see, it's not only a quest line. There are new mechanics, new crafting options, and
I
new
mean,
boss
this
fights.
update is
But one question you might
huge,
have is,
okay,
what happens after?
but nothing
Once you've
new,
completed the
like
story,
new,
grand
like
mirrors will start appearing on the
new.
Atlas sometimes after completing Delirium.
Interesting.
New.
Like
After
fully
doing the
new.
Grand Mirror, you can select where on the Atlas you want to do your fruit-induced drug trip and get
Yep.
another key to fight Tangmazu. But this time, the fight will be quite a bit harder. And not only
God.
that, the fight will be able to drop a bunch of new uniques that were not available in the questline version. We'll show some of those later. After doing a Grand Mirror, the decision of where to spread the fog can be important because there are some potent emotions that only come from certain map bosses affected by delirium this way.
Yeah, I was
Like all
joking
emotions,
earlier
they
when
can
I said
craft special
200
mods and
hours
jewels,
for the
but these
tutorial.
potent emotions
I meant
can
like
create
more
mods that
like
you can't do any other
2000.
way. So for example, potent liquid melancholy
yeah.
is an emotion
You
that
were
can
very
only come from
optimistic.
human bosses and allows you to add a variety of on-hit effects. Also, you might want to try instilling amulets with these emotions. They could have some interesting effects with some powerful notables that do not normally exist on the tree. Like Storm's Rebuke, which makes armor break boost your cold and lightning damage.
Oh my god.
Also notables from a clearly deranged mind, like Calm's Blessing. This skill allows you to ancestrally boost fire spells after using a war cry. How about using an ancestral flame blast?
Some mages get war cries
Just
now.
like before, you can also upgrade the
Holy
league by getting points
shit.
for a dedicated Delirium Atlas tree.
Oh my
But this now
god.
works in a much better way and has much cooler effects. The maps in the Delirium area of the Atlas give you Delirium passive points for completing them, so it's easy to see how to progress. Some nodes will add new types of mirror shard encounters to your Deliriums.
So
Like this one,
mages
which
gonna
will
war
pause the
cry
delirium
now.
for some amount of
Interesting.
time,
Can I
allowing you to more
please get
easily to higher depths. Or this one,
summoner
which
with
adds
a
extra
bow?
delirium
I
modifiers
want to
to
have a
monsters when
summoner
you
with
pick
a
it up.
bow. Always wanted
There
to
are
have
also
that.
nodes that can add new types of drops, like this one, which modifies simulacrum encounters to add special liquid emotions, which can craft time-lost jewels. And nodes that apply to the Atlas mechanics of the League, like this one, which causes the Grand Mirror to spread delirium fog over a larger area of the Atlas, potentially containing multiple simulacrums. Alright, so that's the changes to delirium. The core mechanic now includes a bunch of new things to find, new monsters to kill,
Yeah.
and has new mechanics
So
on the
basically,
Atlas.
I have
It also
no
has new
clue
crafting
what's going
system
to
for
happen in
jewels,
Path of
over
Exile
20
2
new
anymore.
unlockable notables for amulets.
It's basically a new
Me
game.
neither.
You have a new pinnacle
It's
boss with a
basically a
bunch
new
of
game
unique
at this
items
point.
and a massively upgraded Atlas tree just for Delirium. But there's still a lot more to come, so let's
Great.
talk about Breach next. When you first do a Breach in the endgame, you will find Aelith, one of the Keepers of the Flame,
We know
an ancient
Aelith.
order of monks dedicated to
Yes,
preventing the Highborn
So-
from entering the world. As you seem to be a keen slayer of demons,
No, that's
Aelith would like to recruit you to the order and
Blight.
asks that you travel to their
We don't
monastery
have
to the
Blight
south.
yet. We
Yeah.
don't
Right
have
there,
Blight
you'll start
yet,
to
so
encounter
I'm
more breaches,
big
and you'll
into
notice one of
Blight,
the first
so
changes to the breach
I'm a
mechanic.
huge Blight
You still
fan.
have to kill monsters as fast as you can to keep the breach open, but now you can visibly see how much time you have left to keep it open, and how each kill extends its duration. Once you've reached the monastery, you will learn more about the Keepers. In the 25 years since the events of Keepers of the Flame in Path of Exile 1, the war with the Hiveborn has not gone well, and they have managed to establish a foothold in the world nearby.
You.
A gigantic area has fallen to the Scourge, and the Keepers are unable to get inside. Inside the monastery is the Genesis Tree, a powerful asset to the war effort, stolen from the enemy and gifted to the Keepers by the Dreamer himself. Using the tree, Aelith could create a breach stone and penetrate the Hiveborn foothold, but
He said
without Hive
penetrate.
blood, the tree has withered.
Again.
To get Hive blood, you will need to take advantage of another new mechanic.
I
of
know
breach.
I'm 3 years old.
If you can keep the otherworldly portal
No,
open
you're
for
not.
long
You're
enough,
2.5.
the breach will stabilize.
Wanna
and we'll
pull my
enter a new
finger?
phase. The Hiveborn will send their toughest miscreations to defeat you, and the breach will not close until you can annihilate
We
them.
haven't seen
Dropping
a
Hive blood
single
that you can use to
divine
restore
yet.
The Genesis Tree.
Oh my god, how much stuff?
Please
In
use a
some
loot
cases, you may
filter.
even attract one of the deadliest foes the Hiveborn can offer.
Please use a loot
Marshal of
filter.
Zesht. These monsters also drop womb gifts.
Someone
and if you
commented
take
in
these to
the
Genesis
chat.
Tree, they can be used to craft
Penetrating!
items to help you in the war
Penetration!
against the Hiveborn. Given that 25 years have passed since the beginning of the war, the tree has grown and withered many times. But with each
Okay.
cycle, it learns and expands its abilities. When you first open the Genesis Tree, you will notice
Oh
these
my
holes
God.
into which you can place your womb gifts.
Oh my god.
Each womb gift can be used to create a different type of jewelry and must be fertilized with
How many
Hive blood.
things?
So I
So,
heard
for
you like
example,
skill trees, so
place
we
this
put
amulet
skill
womb
trees in
gift
your
into the
skill
tree,
tree so you
and it
can
will give
skill
birth
tree
to a
while you
random
skill
rare
tree.
amulet. But the
Holy
Genesis tree is
shit.
capable of much more. As you continue to feed the tree,
You do
its
realize
branches
how
will
bad this is
regenerate
for
and
you.
allow you
Oh, this
more
is
and more
terrible for
control
me.
over what kind of items it will birth.
But you know why, don't you?
So for
Because
example,
I'm gonna have
this
fun.
branch of the tree will allow you to control
Well,
which
yeah,
base
but
types of
also
amulets
you're
can be
going to
birthed.
have to help me even more than usual.
Oh yeah, oh my god. No, you're on your
As
own
you
this
get deeper,
time.
it will even allow you to
No,
create
I'm
new
not.
base types
Well,
that
I
you
have to
can't get
understand it
anywhere else.
myself first, so.
Yeah, well.
Dude, this is absolutely nuts.
Like this one, which gives you an entire spirit skill for free.
Not
Or
with
this
my
one,
tree
which has a
luck.
rune socket in it.
A free spirit
To the left and
skill?
right are branches that will let you control which mods the amulet can get, including making sure that they're higher level, or controlling which specific mods that they will always have.
Aye. Okay.
With 15 points to allocate, you will have to choose wisely how you want to specialize your crafts. But it's worth
15 is
noting
a
that this
lot.
tree doesn't have any cost to respecking it. You can enable or disable the nodes at any time by clicking on them.
Yeah, thank goodness.
On rings, we've also added some really interesting new crafting options as well. You have a bunch of new base types like these, but you also have
Ooh,
entire new classes of mods that can
the
be added.
million ring
The
basically.
right-hand branch of the ring tree adds an entire new set of caster mods to rings. From basics like extra elemental damage for spells, or more niche options like this mod that increases the rate you gain seals for Unleash.
What?
And
People
on
of
the
Twitch,
you can unlock an entire new set of mods for minion characters.
let us know what you think.
This stuff
Comments
is actually
below.
pretty important, because casters and minion builds didn't have as many slots with interesting item crafting compared to attack builds.
Dude.
The Genesis tree narrows that.
Wow.
There are also trees for belts and currency. I won't go over them too much here, but there are all sorts of goodies in these too. Like being able to create new catalysts for
Gazzy is
jewels,
clapping. He's the minion
belt that gives
master,
lightning damage.
basically. Gazzy is
Yeah, I
clapping.
saw that.
Once
Oh,
you've done enough breach encounters,
I kinda
you may
wanna
finally
play
get a rune
minions
gift
now.
capable of birthing a breach stone.
You always want to play minions.
yes. I want to play minions.
And you can then use it on the Hiveborn incursion.
Oh my god.
Once
Okay.
used, the true extent of the Breach Demon's foothold becomes clear.
Oof.
They have not only transformed the land, but constructed huge sky hives as well. When you enter the outskirts of their realm,
I wanna
you'll
play
discover
minions
breach
again.
hives. Using the power of the Keepers of the Flame, these otherworldly structures can be burned away when walking through them. But for each one destroyed, more of the Hiveborn will attack when you attempt to purge the hive.
No, I don't know. Do I want to play minions or shotgun?
Shotgun.
Yes, frost shotgun,
These encounters are
shotgun.
particularly rewarding for womb gifts, so you'll want to do as many of these as you can.
Oh my.
But your real goal are the sky hives deeper into the domain.
I don't know what I want to play.
These twisted creations are securing the demon's entry into our world. Inside the very center are the Breach Lords Tool and Ash, and you'll need to defeat them if you want to get rid of the foothold once and for all. Now, once you've completed the questline version, there's still
Okay,
more to
Act
do.
5 and
You will find
interlude.
other
So
breach
Act
domains on the
5
atlas
is
randomly your
in
travels. For
We
each
have
one,
Act
you'll need to find a
5.
breach stone,
and interlude.
destroy the sky hives,
So this is not
Okay.
true.
and defeat the Breach Lords. And doing these
Wait, was
encounters
Act
is what will
5
give you
in
access to
already?
fight
I don't
Zesht,
know
the
actually.
existing Breach Pinnacle boss, which you can access by communing with the Dreamer himself inside the monastery.
No, Act 5. Yes, Act 5.
While completing the questline for Breach,
So
you will also be
I'm
gaining points for the
I'm
Breach
half
Atlas
true.
tree.
We
And
have
there are a
Act
lot of cool
5.
new options here. This node will cause Breach
We have
hives to
Act
spawn
5.
outside of the Hiveborn domains on the Atlas.
So I'm half true. Act 5
And
is
this one
in.
will give Aelith additional abilities that you
No,
can
you
use while
got
attacking a
one
hive.
prediction right.
I got one prediction right, and I
Like
got a
this
half
one, which
prediction.
causes all Hiveborn in the next wave to be magic.
I got Act
drastically
5.
increasing their difficulty in exchange for way more items. There are also nodes that allow you to control your rewards, like this one, which adds a set of new
So
lineage supports to the
I got
Marshal of
1.5.
Or this
Oh,
one,
was
which
there a
lets you control
search
which
feature
wound
on the
gifts you'll
Atlas?
get.
I haven't checked because I'm looking for the search feature.
There's also some nodes that affect the Genesis tree, like this one, which will cause Zesht to drop his head, which when returned to the Genesis tree, will grow a grasswing orchid on the side of it. You'll have to experiment to find
Casually
out what this
dropping
thing is
a
good
head.
for, putting rings on its fingers seems to make it happy.
I kind of get the feeling he's going to drop weapons at the
So
end.
that's a rundown of what you can expect from the new Breach questline.
If you
There's a
put
new stabilization mechanic
if you
for
put
breaches.
rings on its fingers, it seems
Hive
to be
encounters.
happy. So
And
stupid.
highborn incursions on the Atlas. But you also have a huge new crafting system and new bosses as well. Alright, so let's talk about the Rite of the Nameless storyline next. When you first
Ritual.
complete a ritual in the endgame, Aoife,
Ritual
the
has a
lost spirit
special place in my
She
heart
appears
because
to
I
need your
started
help,
when
but
Ritual
isn't able
came
to
out.
communicate more than a few words, beckoning you to come to the Wildwood. Like the other leagues, Ritual now has a place on the Atlas to call home. The Wildwood could be found to the west. When you first arrive there, Aoife's spirit will guide you in, where you will discover that inside the Wildwood, spirits can
It's
take
gonna give you
physical
candy.
form. Aoife has been bound to this place by the King in the Mists, and requests that you free her. But in order to do so, you will need her body, currently in possession of the King. To reclaim it, you will need to gain an audience with him. Inside the Wildwood, there are many ritual encounters to complete. Like before, in each area, triggering rituals will resurrect the nearby bound monsters to attack you.
Bear
and
looks
killing
so
the monsters will give
stupid.
you
It's so
tribute.
much fun.
In addition, each
Look at
ritual
this.
you
I'm
do
just
in the area will add the monsters from the previous
just clears everything.
making the encounters
It
much more
looks fun as
challenging the
hell.
more rituals you complete.
Never played Bear.
Once you've completed them, spend your tribute to get items.
Bear's tempting.
Now, an important
Bear's
change to the
tempting.
rewards of Ritual is that all the items in the reward window are now uniques or omens, making this league's rewards much more valuable than before.
Ooh, only
In order to
uniques.
gain an audience with the Nameless King, you need to
Headhunter.
sacrifice tribute to him. Any remaining tribute you don't spend can be sacrificed this way to fill up this bar.
Ooh.
Once you have enough tribute for an audience, return to the Wildwood to divine his location with the Nameless Shrine.
Ooh.
His location will be revealed deeper in the Wildwood, and you will need
That's
to make your way to him,
huge.
kill him, and get Aoife's body.
But you have to
Using her
escape?
body, you can attempt to release her spirit, but this is when you learn about the true threat of the League. The Wildwood is built on top of an ancient prison. The King in the Mists didn't gain his power out of nowhere. He was granted it by an ancient being of darkness known as the Bodark, and the Nameless King's use of this power has been causing the prison to weaken. In order to prevent the Bodark from entering the world, a champion will need to enter its prison and beat him back.
I have no clue what the
Those with a
supporter
name
pack's
are
gonna
unable
look
to
like.
survive there.
We kind of got
In order to do
everything.
so, you will need to transfer
What
your
a
name to
pirate hat.
another with a new mechanic in the Ritual League, the Rite of the Nameless. The rite will begin in a nearby forest. At first, it appears to be a regular ritual encounter, but that will soon
That
change.
looks good though.
The final ritual
Bear
of the
looks
area will
good. Has a
include the
fat
Madness,
ass though. Like a real fat ass.
and defeating him will give you a piece of the effigy onto which you will transfer your name.
Dude, there is so many changes that I don't know which
But the
mechanic I
ritual
want to
is
play
still not
first.
complete. Once the map boss is defeated, the Atlas will open, and you will need to pick another adjacent map to continue the ritual. During the rite, each adjacent map will have different rewards to tempt you. So for example, if you go in this direction, you gain significantly more tribute. But if you go in this direction, the uniques in the reward window will turn into currency instead.
Oh my
You
god!
also sometimes get offered specific items that will be added as rewards. So in this case,
Mage
you'll have to
blood?
choose if you want to get 5 Chaos Orbs or a Mage Blood. A difficult decision, I'm sure. Now, as this is one continuous ritual,
Guaranteed
the encounters on the next map
mage
won't
blood
start from
drops.
scratch. They
What?
contain all the monsters that were gathered from the rituals of the previous map as well,
What?
making them harder and harder. And that includes the map boss too. You will need to defeat both
I think
map
I'm gonna
bosses
do
in the final
ritual
encounter for a meta
first.
effigy piece.
We get a
it still
guaranteed
doesn't end
mage
there.
blood.
Pick another map, another reward, and add another map boss to continue until the ritual of the Nameless is complete.
Oh my god,
It will
4
take
bosses,
maps in a row,
5
and it'll be
bosses
an
at
incredible
once.
challenge.
5
Once
bosses
complete,
at
you can return to the
once.
Wildwood to perform the final rite. Transfer your name to the effigy, adorn the crown of the Nameless King, and enter the prison. Now, of course, once the Pinnacle boss is complete, the League doesn't end there. As you do rituals on the Atlas, you can continue to give tribute to the King in the Mists for another audience.
Oh my god. I saw the minion item.
Pick another forest to begin the Rite of the Nameless once more, and this time with a harder Pinnacle boss and new unique items to find. Of course, we've also significantly upgraded the Ritual Atlas tree, Get points by completing maps in the Wildwood, and you'll be able to unlock some pretty cool nodes. Some of them affect the Rite of the Nameless, like this one which extends its duration. You thought fighting 5 map bosses at once was hard? How about 6? Or this one, which makes maps during the Rite have more reward mods, often having 2. You also have nodes that allow things to combine with other content, like this one, which gives a chance for rituals to be created inside summoning circles.
Oh my
Adding a
god.
random boss to the ritual encounter. There is even a node which adds a new type of possible ritual, the audience with the
Ooh,
queen,
I think we're
which
gonna
causes the
play
bride of
this
the king to
league a
sometimes
long
appear.
time.
Okay, so that's ritual.
I think this
Let's
is
have a
not
look
a
at what this
1
means for
or
in-game
2
content as a
week
whole for
league.
Path of Exile 2. When you include the expedition changes made by the League, we have a total of 5 new in-game storylines, each of which has a hub, crafting systems, areas to explore, NPCs, and a pinnacle boss as a capstone. Not to mention the Masters of the Atlas storyline as well. But more importantly,
Swords?
you now have immediate quests as soon as you arrive at the endgame, and goals with obvious progressions that you can see how to finish. Each in-game questline has a progress bar that you can pop out from the side of the Atlas screen at any time that shows you how far through you are, and buttons that will take you to the hubs for them. Overall, it's just a way better in-game experience with a significant number of fun objectives to complete. But just in case you didn't have enough goals, we did have one other thing that you might want to complete this league. These are called challenge leagues after all. Where are all the challenges? Well, players of Path of Exile 1 will be used to the fact that each league comes with a series of challenges that you can complete in order to prove that you are indeed the best. We haven't done these yet in Path of Exile 2, but it's time to change that. If you're able to complete them, you'll earn pieces of the Knight of Alder armor set. Opening the challenge screen will show you a series of 8 challenges. After completing each one, anyone in chat or in the forums will be able to see your prowess. In addition, you'll get a statue to put in your hideout showing anyone you trade with how many
discreet.
challenges you've completed. You'll earn the first
Compensating
piece of the armor
for
set after doing
something.
2 challenges, and
That
the full armor set
doesn't
after
look too
completing all 8.
bad.
So that covers all the content you'll encounter in Return of the Ancients. But what about some new tools to fight against these new pinnacles with? Well,
Told ya.
we also have some new Ascendancy classes as well. But to introduce them, I'll hand you guys back to Mark.
As Jonathan said, we have 2 new classes to show you today, the Spirit Walker and the Martial Artist. Let's start with the Huntress's new class, the Spirit Walker. The Spirit Walker has developed an affinity with the Asmerian animal spirits. She is able to infuse
Animal
the power
sperms?
of
What?
multiple spirits at her choosing.
Oh, spirits.
On the bottom part of the class, you will find paths for each wisp you would like to commune with, be they primal, vivid, or wild. Each one can give you different abilities that align with the stag, owl, or bear. Each ability gives you
Align
a method
you with
to
the
become
beer,
possessed by
hop,
wisps of that
or
type,
IPA.
and a new ability when you spend them. The stag allows you to summon stampedes when you attack. The owl grants boons in the form of their feathers, which adds extra projectiles and enhances the projectile speed of your next skill. And the bear simply summons a giant bear companion to your side. The bear will maul, slam, leap, and do intimidating
So in
rolls
Unga
to
and then
debuff
in
your enemies.
Bungas.
Yes.
Now you can specialize more into each of these wisps, but if you want to combine all 3 of them, then a new hidden power will be unlocked, the power of the Sacred Wisps. This node is free and enhances the quality of all 3 of your spirit animals. Your bear will take some of the damage you take and grant you life regeneration. Your stags will become more aggressive, leaping towards enemies, and your owl-empowered skills will leave a trail of soaring ground behind them. But
Okay.
that's not all. The Spirit Walker has other powers beyond
This
wisps,
sounds pretty broken.
such as Idolatry, which can give you large bonuses for using idol socketables in your equipment. And this one, which is my absolute favorite. The Spirit Walker, having attuned herself with nature, can gain the ability to tame beast bosses, opening up a whole suite of very cool options for your build. Maybe you tame the mighty Silverfist in the jungle depths.
Yo! You get the monkey!
Maybe a 3-headed chimeral beast in the chimeral wetlands.
Oh my god! I kinda wanna play that
Oh,
too!
no. Oh
Or
god.
then there's a giant frozen owl beast, Rakar, the frozen talon.
Oh my
There's
god,
so
I kinda
many
wanna play
choices.
that too!
You're going to have to experiment a bunch with this one, and I'm very
Oh, I don't
excited
know
to see
anymore.
what bosses you all choose to have as your
Oh
trusted
my
boss
god,
companion.
you can have a boss pet!
Next up, we have the Monk's new Ascendancy class, the
Oh my
Martial
God.
Artist. After decades of training, he has
Doggo.
mastered 3
Look
of
at
the 7
that.
hollow techniques. Channeling hollow form technique allows the martial artist to create illusions of himself, which then use a skill of your choosing.
Oh my
Perfect for
god.
turning skills with less area of effect into ones that can obliterate packs with ease. Should you find yourself overly vulnerable while channeling,
Shammy.
you might want to take Way of the Mountain, which causes you to be covered in stone when you immobilize enemies, mitigating large amounts of damage. This can even enhance your attacks too. By hardening
No,
your
I
weapon
don't
in
like
stone,
that.
you can deal even more damage. After taking Hollow Focus technique, you can manifest your spiritual energy into objects. In this case,
Nah.
bells,
Nah.
which will appear around the martial artist and can be shattered by any of his attacks.
Nah.
Even ones from the Hollow Form technique earlier.
Too much micro.
Hollow Resonance technique furthers that by adding a manifested bell to your back, which rings each time you deal a critical strike, damaging all enemies around you. Through all the martial artist's thorough training, he has mastered the flow of internal spiritual energy too, and has engraved runic tattoos around his meridians. By doing this, he can gain the benefit of extra runes. Just open your inventory and add the runes. There is one that counts as a helmet, 2 as a body armor, 1 as gloves, and 1 as boots. Finally, your hands, the ultimate expression of a master of the martial arts. Taking Way of the Stone Fist will cause your gloves to become a new base type when equipped. Each modifier on the original pair of gloves has an equivalent, more powerful, and more impactful modifier.
What?
For example, these gloves add some physical damage, cold damage, lightning damage, some resistances, and life gain on hit. Now, when I equip these, they become literal fists of stone.
Oh my
And not only
god.
grant me a bunch more evasion and energy shield, they now also grant a lot more damage.
Oh my
some maximum
god.
resistances, and a significantly higher amount of life gained on hitting enemies.
Oh my god.
With all the different rune combinations you could do, and the different modifiers and gloves,
Oh,
there's
this
a ton of
shit.
different build options, and we're
It's
looking
funny
forward
to
seeing
watch
what you can come
Gazzy's
up
face as well.
Yes.
with. Now, with so many new bosses in Return of the Ancients,
We love
of course, we
Gazzy.
want to have a huge number of
He's a
unique
really good
rewards.
guy.
There are some pretty cool things in here, so we wanted to show you a few of them.
Doggo.
Twisted Empyrean is a two-handed mace made from the purest of Verisium, combined with the beast's corruption. It converts all of
kinda
your
wanna
mace's
play
skills
Monk
fire
too.
damage to cold, and visually does so too,
Holy shit.
turning your volcanic fissures into glacial ones. This mace also comes with its own built-in skill, Starborn Onslaught. Using Glory, you can leap backwards, throwing your mace at the ground, creating Verisium fissures, before calling behind it a storm of cold metallic bolts from the stratosphere.
Too slow. Needs to be
Next,
quicker.
we have Eventide Petals, an amulet that not only grants runic ward, but also comes with its own reservation skill, Midnight Zenith. This skill causes your critical hits to grant Arctic petals that hover around you. Once you have acquired enough of these petals, they will be consumed, creating a floral ice crystal near an enemy. Then, destroy that crystal to do devastating cold damage to everything around it.
Sounds cool, but so much micro.
The Raven's Flock is a staff perfect for minion characters. Not only does it grant
There you
spirit
go.
reservation efficiency and minion damage, it also allows your minions to inflict
Gabby's
grueling
face.
madness on hit, slowing enemies and
Shut
making all
it.
other slows on them more powerful.
What
for
the
maximum
fuck?
crowd control.
What
That's
the
not
hell
where
is
item
this
shines, though.
item?
It grants a skill called Spiraling Conspiracy. This
It's
skill
RF.
causes a flock of ravens to circle you, dealing damage over time to anything near them.
It's RF.
Killing enemies, or just by standing near unique enemies, causes the flock to grow.
Oh
getting
my god, it's
larger
RF.
And larger. For your PoE 1 players, you can think of this just like a Raven Righteous Fire.
Oh my god.
That's not all, however. These ravens are
It's
also
Raven.
minions, so they fully scale with minion damage and come with their own command
It's
skill,
minion
Mad
RF.
Flight.
Oh my god.
This command skill causes your flock to create a tunnel of deathly
Cool
damage
fox.
between a set of illusory mirrors, obliterating anything in between.
It's minion RF. Oh my god, Gazi is exploding.
Yeah.
Horror's Flight is a pair of gloves instilled with the purest of faith.
It's minion RF. Oh my god.
Terrified of you. These gloves cause you to gain stacks of fear incarnate when you cull enemies. To aid in your culling, these gloves also come with the skill
On both
Crushing
chat,
Fear.
on both
This is
the
similar to the
official
mod skill,
and
Killing
Gazi,
Palm,
people are saying
except it
gold
deals
box,
chaos
gold
damage,
box.
and the
Yeah.
amount of damage and area of effect scales drastically based on the power of the enemy. As you use this, gain your stacks of Fear Incarnate, which increases your culling threshold, meaning enemies become easier and easier to cull, even to the point of being able to instantly kill some monsters from full life.
What?
Sylvan's Effigy is a scepter for those wanting to run companions. It
Oh.
allows you to have any number of companions of different types,
What?
instead of the normal
What?
restriction of just one per type. But what makes this cool is the Asmerian Wolf Companion it comes with. This is a persistent minion that bites foes to maim them, leaps to cause bleeding, and even howls to buff nearby allies.
Oh my
Additionally,
god.
it comes with the command skill Eternal Hunt, which when used it will howl, calling on the spirits to manifest spectral wolves to ambush all foes around you.
Oh my god.
Liminal Coil is a crazy wand. It allows you to apply as many curses as you please, but those curses will have no effect. What's the point then? 2 reasons. Firstly, your spells gain a bunch of extra physical and chaos damage for each curse on enemies. Secondly, is the skill it grants called Coiling Bolts. This skill is a projectile spell that fires coiling physical and chaos projectiles with every cast. What makes this skill truly special though, is that it will split and chain through every cursed enemy, causing an absolute ruckus. See for yourself.
So...
Periphery is a unique bow, which utilizes all the powers of the Asmerian spirits by dealing damage of all elements. And all elements can cause all ailments. The coolest thing about this bow, however, is the Asmerian Swarm skill. These are minions that are summoned when you kill enemies. They will pursue all nearby enemies, damaging them.
Dude, is
and
that the
inflicting
minion
a debuff
patch or
on
what
them
is
that
this?
boosts your elemental damage even further. Watch as you mow enemies down, and the swarms of Asmerian wisps aid you, melting enemies one screen at a time.
No, I don't know what I want to play.
The Ordained is a new spear, mastering in physical and lightning damage, with high critical strike chance too. This spear allows you to leech life not only from physical damage, but lightning too. It also creates a fragment of divinity nearby periodically. What are those? Well, this spear has the skill Righteous Descent,
Oh.
which is an epic, divine leap, aided by angelic wings. If you use the skill when a fragment of divinity is nearby, it will become empowered, dealing significantly more damage, gaining massive area of effect, and bypassing its cooldown. When fighting a boss, let a bunch of the fragments spawn, and then just unleash your divine
Oh my
hammer,
god.
obliterating them.
Life! The life of that
Last,
boss.
but not least, we have a new unique jewel, Voices. Voices is simple. It consumes
Oh, it's
one
Voices,
jewel slot
okay.
to add more.
Voices is
There are
back.
versions that add
Okay.
2 jewel slots,
Gonna be
3 jewel slots,
massively
and
expensive.
for those who are absurdly lucky or rich, one with 4
That's
jewel
gonna be
slots.
absurdly
Equip it
expensive.
And notice the slots
Yeah.
appear next to your character's portrait in the center.
That's gonna be absurdly expensive.
One of the things we are concerned about is how long it takes for
Multiplying your
experienced players to
sockets,
replay
that
through
will
the game
gonna be
with each
absurdly
new
expensive.
lead. As we learned from Path of Exile 1, one of the things that can really help is having elements in the campaign that tell you where to go, if you know what to look for. We'll cover just one example per act for Acts 1 to 3, but there are many more than just these. For example, Hunting Grounds in Act 1 is a large, sparse area,
Yes.
containing multiple entrances and landmark encounters. Here's an example of some of the changes we've made here. Finding the ritual encounter in this area isn't too difficult. Now after completing it, a trail of locusts will lead to the entrance to Freythorn. Just follow it and find the source of the evil.
Okay.
You may also find corpses of dead animals, killed and pecked at by the crowbell.
Okay, so it's a lot of show don't
Of
tell.
blood leading away from them. Follow
Which
the
is
trail
good.
and it will
I
lead directly
agree
to the
with
boss.
show don't tell.
We even put a signpost on the road to tell you which way to go to find Ogham Village.
There.
In Act 2,
There
in the
you
Mastodon
go.
Badlands, you
For
need
people
to
like
find
me
the
that get
London
lost.
Ravens and track
Well,
down
you're
the
gonna
abyssal.
get stuck at that signpost.
Now to make this quicker, in the level you'll find these cracks. Just
True.
follow them, and it will take you right to their lair, allowing you to find and
Okay.
unlock the Well of Souls.
Lots of show don't tell, but that's good.
In Act 3, the jungle areas
They're
have camps of
pirates.
explorers to sell you items. However, they are now even more useful. By talking to the explorers, they will point towards the next area. Not only that, but it will also reveal it on the minimap, so you can know exactly where to go. These are just some examples. We plan to do more and more of these over time
But
in order
Act
to
5?
streamline the
Well, what about
experience.
Act 5? We saw Act 5. What about
Now,
Act 5?
As this is an in-game expansion,
Oh, now it's
it
Act
makes sense
4
that we
on the
would work
top.
on Atlas QOL.
We
We've
clearly
added
saw
a search
Act 5.
box that updates live as you type.
There you
Have a
go,
specific
we
map
have
you want
a
to run?
search function.
Now they will be much easier to find.
We have
There
a
are
search
multiple maps.
function.
Hitting enter will move you from map to map.
Half a point for
Making
me.
a character build in Path of Exile
Half a
2 can be
point.
pretty complex. And instead of designing a build yourself,
Half a
many
point.
players enjoy following online build guides. We have a pretty awesome community that has built many tools over the years for designing builds.
In-game
But we wanted
Papa
to improve
building?
the experience of following them. So, we are introducing a new build guide system directly into the game client. Here's how it works. Community creators who write build guides can now create a new file format, a build file. Once downloaded, the builds appear in the in-game client, and selecting one will show you everything you need to know to make that build.
God!
So you can see all the passives you need to allocate,
Oh my god!
ascendancy points you need to take,
This is
skill
amazing!
gems you need to equip, and recommendations for all the support gems you need to use as well.
Oh my god! This is
clapping.
huge!
For items, the build designer can specify which uniques to use in each slot, or if needed, just add some notes to the item slot.
Oh my
to say what
god, this
kind of
is
item you want.
huge!
In fact, build creators can add notes to just about any of these areas.
Oh my
allowing them to
god!
explain
We got an
different trade-offs and
in-game path
context.
of building!
Or just give more info about how these things should be used.
Oh my god, this
They
is
can also
huge!
give level ranges to each element, allowing recommendations to change over time. Great for builds that need to respec after they reach a certain level. Now, all of this is written in a standardized build format that creators can use, and we imagine that a lot of community build tools will be updated to add support for this format. Now that we have trade market searching built into the in-game client, we have added the ability to price check items you can find more easily. Control-Alt-clicking an item will now search for it on the trade market.
No!
Current prices.
What?
Rare items, it's handy to exclude some mods. So
We got
added the
PoE
ability to
trade
enable
in-game.
and disable each mod so you can see what effect each one has on the price.
Oh my god!
Next up, we're going to be talking about the new support
Holy
packs
shit,
for
this is
Return
a
of the
monster
Ancients.
patch.
Today, we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs, the Blood Reaver and Divinity packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive
That's a gun.
microtransactions. As always,
No,
the
that's
microtransactions
crossbow.
in these packs are purely
Fire
cosmetic
crossbow.
and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. The Blood Reaver series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Let blood fuel your bloodshed. The Exsanguinator weapon effect draws the blood of enemies you've slain and funnels it into your weapons. Turn the appearance of your endurance, frenzy, and power charges into orbiting globules of blood with the Blood Reaver charges. While your charges are active, these blood orbs will grow in size when you absorb more blood from nearby enemies. There are options to have pure blood charges, or charges that still display which kind of charge they are at their core.
Thanks, I guess.
A taste for blood doesn't negate a taste
Look
for
at the mighty
style.
beard.
The elite Blood Reaver armor features crimson leathers and golden accents. to
Oh,
set
why
yourself
can't we
apart from
recolor this?
uncivilized leeches. It also features a back attachment, fashioned out of the wing of a colossal bat. Alongside every Blood Reaver is their trusted gargoyle pet. In
Oh, look,
true
it's you.
gargoyle fashion, they take the form of a stone statue when you are idle, leaping into action when you're on the move again. What good is immortality if you don't have a vast mansion to come home to at the end of the day? The
Okay.
Eternal Blood Reaver supporter pack contains the Blood Reaver Manor Hideout.
Ooh.
This
Holy crap.
exquisite two-story estate features an organ, a grand dining table,
With a body on it.
and cages for your visitors.
You.
You can alter the walls to create as many
Aye.
or few rooms as you like.
Yeah, that's cool.
Last but not least, the Servant of the Manor,
That's
eternally
you.
bound to the Order of the Blood Reavers. This henchman will manage your store, so you can spend more time.
That was a divine
spilling
drop.
blood.
That was a divine. I saw the divine.
We won't disappoint you. But if we do, you've our permission to beat us.
This is a huge patch.
The Divinity Pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Call on Divinity to aid you in eluding enemy hits with the Divinity Dodge Roll effect.
Oh, that's
that's
As you
sick.
sprint, actual divine lightning wings will form out of your back, leaving a trail of radiance as you engage or escape from combat.
This fits so well with my golden
For
wings.
situations that are too dicey, call on the gods above to send down the Storm of Divinity portal to create a safe passage for you to retreat through.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend definitely 30 on that one.
Adorn yourself with the Knight of Divinity armor set, a highly revered attire only bestowed to those deemed worthy for the divine cause. Equipping the Divine Surge character effect empowers you with a storm of divine energy.
Ooh, I'm gonna get
Using
that.
skills causes the storm to burst from your character, spilling raw divinity into the area around you. The Arbiter of Divinity wings are the final piece remaining to emphasize the force divinity has over this realm. This ancient precursor machine was found locked away in a highly guarded vault. Its original purpose is unclear, but it has been altered to fuel your maps using the pure, everlasting divinity within the statue. The pillars surrounding represent how many portals you have left for your map. This map device also tracks your progress as you complete the new Origins of Divinity story
Oh, that's
added this
sick.
expansion. Additionally, all microtransactions from the supporter packs will be made
There
available
was
for use in
Einar
Path
on
of
the
Exile.
table.
On release weekend, we will also be releasing the Return of the Ancients mystery box, which will contain 2 armor sets, a set of map devices for your in-game adventures, a new tracking scroll that records the amount of currency you've gained from the currency exchange or your shop, and much more, like a set of finisher effects and affinity stashes. That's not all, however. The Fragment Stash tab is finally coming to Path of Exile 2.
Oh,
And with
finally.
it comes some tabception.
Finally.
Inside this one tab, there's a tab for your various boss key fragments. There's also
Finally.
a tab for all your precursor tablets, with each type of tablet getting 6 tabs of storage.
Oh, so
Finally,
good.
There's a tab for your Djinn barriers and inscribed
Oh
ultimatums.
yeah, finally.
Get their own 6 tabs. That's a lot of tabs.
So that's everything in 050. This is by far the biggest update
No
we've ever made
swords.
to PoE 1 or 2. New in-game storylines,
No weapons at
No
all.
weapons, no class, no weapons.
crafting systems, items, ascendancy classes, and so much more. Now, because this update contains so much in-game content, we're doing significantly more testing than usual. For that to happen, we're taking a little longer than usual between the announcement and the release.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
050 will be released in 3 weeks on May the 29th, with the patch notes being released on the Friday before that, on May 21st. But there's just one more thing to talk about. Now that the endgame is up to scratch, we have to start talking about our plan for 1.0 release.
Oh,
The feedback we've had during early access has been critical for making all the improvements that we'll be making to the game. At the same time, we
December.
have to create enough in-game content to make an RPG that can call itself a successor to Path of Exile 1.
it's gonna be December.
Well, with 050, we now believe we have reached that point. And so this is going to be the last full-size league during early access.
Knew it.
That's right. The next big update is
Knew
going
it.
to be 1.0. Now, normally we would do our next big content release in August, but in the run-up to full release, our plans take a little longer on this one.
December.
As big as 050 is, 1.0 is even bigger. So we'll be launching 1.0 this year sometime after ExileCon. But that doesn't mean we won't be doing updates in the meantime. In this final phase, we have a lot of things to polish throughout the game and balance to improve. I'm sure there'll also be feedback about the new endgame that we need to incorporate too. The difference is that the focus is not going to be on adding more content like the previous updates, it's going to be on improving what we already have. But we still want to encourage people to try out all the balance changes and improvements that we're making. So we're going to be running a few event leagues during this phase alongside each update. Think remixes of existing mechanics or features. And speaking of ExileCon, don't forget to pencil it in on the weekend of November the 7th in New Zealand.
After
is a gathering of our
ExileCon,
players,
it's
and a
November,
chance for us
so
to showcase
December
everything we're
release.
working on for both Path of Exile 1 and 2.
It's gonna be a December
particularly
release.
important for us, since we finally get to unveil some of the coolest content that we've been working on for a while now with Act 5 and 6. Tickets for the in-person event are currently sold out.
So it's
But don't
after
worry, all
ExileCon.
the announcements and talks are going to be streamed online for
So
all.
December.
it's December.
Now I'm personally so excited for this. This is the year that PoE 2 comes out. The campaign is finally finished. It's been 8 years to get here, but we're finally near the finish line.
They already
And
have
with that,
shown
it's
Act
time to move
5
to
on
our
the top
live
of the
Q&A.
screen.
Mm,
So Act
By
5 is
accident?
already in testing. So I think this is about it. Because we're not gonna look at the Q&A. But that's muted, unfortunately. GGG. It's muted.
yep. Will they
GGG.
realise that?
It's
or not?
muted.
Good to
There you
sit
go.
down for a nice long Q&A once again today. We just had a teaser for
Okay.
Return of the Ancients expansion.
This is gonna take a long time. We
every single
watched
thing in
already 80 minutes of Path of Exile 2. That was a huge announcement. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I claim 1 full point that the Atlas tree was reworked, and I claim 2 half points. We get a search feature, and we got Act 5, well, not announced. It's gonna be a quarter point. We saw it on the top of the screen. Wow.
It's not confirmed yet.
It's
So
not
you can't have your
confirmed.
point until it's confirmed.
I wrote it announced, so it was shown, so I'll take the quarter point. I'll take a quarter point. Yo, huge. Usually I play around 2 weeks of PoE 2. I think this is gonna be much longer. There is a huge amount of content coming. We're just gonna upload this to YouTube, and we might do a super cut from it. But hey, tell us in the comments down below what were your predictions, but be honest about your predictions, obviously, because it's really easy to say I knew this was coming. So be honest about your.
After watching it, it's easy to make predictions.
Hindsight is 2020, so be honest about your predictions down in the comment section below. This is a huge announcement. We're gonna be live on twitch.tv/Hanazaki and live play HZTV on YouTube when this happens on the 29th of May. It's gonna be a lot. We're probably gonna disconnect every 5 minutes. What was my highlight from this? My highlight from this was definitely the 5 mechanics we got reworked, or 4 mechanics plus 1/2 new one. So that was my highlight, getting 4 new things. What was your highlight, Fox? As
My
someone who
highlight
is
was-
technically a pre-tutorial Path of Exile player, let's call it that.
The Righteous Raven.
The Righteous Raven. That was pretty sick to
Righteous
see.
Raven. I need to look into the Righteous Raven.
But I think that's gonna be a very late game thing. That's not gonna be an early game thing. Because it requires a unique item, as it looked like. So, yeah.
True.
So Righteous Raven will not be early, I think. Guys, thank you very much for watching. We're not gonna look at the Q&A because it's super late, and B, this is gonna get another hour in. We usually don't do reaction content on this channel, but hey, it works on YouTube. So if you like this content, guys, give it some sort of reaction with a thumbs up, thumbs down. A comment is the best thing that you can do, and link it to your friends. Fox, what are the last words of today's announcement?
Well, I'd like to know people's opinions on what builds they'd like to do. And also, when was the last time that they had waffles?
Today.
I wasn't asking you.
I'm gonna eat one more. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.